Good morning, everyone. So, how are you people? Today, I'm here to let you know about certain things which you might be afraid of attempting at least once in your lifetime. All right, and that is to come to the forefront and speak to everyone, addressing everyone's, telling about what you have to tell to them about expressing your views and how to approach public speaking altogether. So there are few tips which I'll be giving you. We'll be analyzing a couple of videos as well as towards the end I'll also give you a couple of projects amongst which you have to do one of the projects as an assignment. All right, fair enough. Let's see what we have in store. So I have a PPT out here. No, don't worry when I say about PPT as such. It is just to let you know what are we going to expect from you. The ingenious, see, the ingenious, that's the name what we have given to our literary club here. So the ingenious is actually a word of Latin origin, and it means yes, obviously the genius word itself is there. It means creative, or rather we will say like it means clever. Yes. So if you Google it, you will get all those information right at your fingertips. So this is what it is. It is about the ingenious, and we are going to get into the session on public speaking, how to attend, rather how to compete with others, especially whenever you have an opportunity to participate in a public speaking competition. So first of all, let me give you a brief introduction about our language, English. All right. So English is just a language. All right. Okay. Like we have Malayalam, we have Hindi, we have Tamil, we have Punjabi, we have Telugu, we have Kannada, or we have n number of languages across the world, and English is just a language amongst them. But English has a great relevance in today's context. Right? You all know about it. The reason being that English is so famous because like each and every country which are there in this world was once a colony of the British. So that is why we say the land where the sun never sets. Wherever the sun rises, it should be one of the colonies of British once in a while, right? So that is why we say that the land where sun never sets. So coming to our point, so Shakespeare once defined English as a key through which we can unlock the hearts of millions across the world. The concept of globalization become so true, or rather I should say the concept of globalization materialized using this particular language, English. And nowadays we do have those equipments through which we will be able to translate any language, and that too in English or any other particular language which you would like to hear. But above all of this, there is a special relevance to English, and all of us do consider that the particular status of English is unmatched by any other language as such. All right. So getting into what informed me as far as this particular session is concerned, importance of language, obviously you would have understood by this particular time, or already you might be knowing about this, and how to avoid the common fear what we have whenever we face a group of people. Right. So when we face a group of people, how to address the topic and how to address the audience, all these things you might be having confusion about, right? So let's witness a couple of videos out here. All right, I'm not going ahead and taking the entire video. We are not going to analyze the entire video. We don't have time for that. But I will give you the name of those videos so that you can probably surf in the net and get the details. All right. So this will be more or less like a critical analysis of those videos, and through which we would be able to improvise ourselves and enhance our speaking skills or speaking ability. All right. So now, this particular session is meant for grade 7 as well as grade 8. Okay, I'm not putting you in two compartments as such, because more or less you are of the same age category, so both of you can utilize this particular video for your English enhancement or your public speaking enhancement, public speaking tips, or public speaking art of public speaking, how to go ahead and get it done. So we are going ahead and looking into two of the videos, two of the Toastmaster videos, I should be very precise, and analyze that particular those videos and see what we can get from it. All right, so without further ado, let's get into that. So one moment, I just take it up. All right, and I'm not going to close this up. I'll just go away and get into this. So this video is about the Toastmaster final event, which happened in the year 2014 World Championship of Public Speaking, and the first place won by Dhananjaya Hitarachi. Have a problem in pronouncing his name as such. He is actually a Sri Lankan, all right, and a very good personality, and he had the charm to attract the audience towards his speech. All right, let's see how did he do that. All right, okay, let's see, let's watch.
Dhananjaya Hitarachi, I see something. I see something. Dhananjaya Hitarachi.
Here he comes.
You and I are not very different from this flower. Just like this flower is unique, you are unique.
So in the initial part of his speech itself, or his presentation for the Toastmaster, what did he do in the beginning? He took a flower which was in his pocket, all right? Which was in his pocket. He just took that flower. He used the property right in the beginning of the speech. So it is actually a technique to attract the attention of the audience right in the beginning of presentation. If you are using it might be a flower, it might be a pen, it might be a piece of paper, it might be any living or non-living object. All right. So that is how he is using a flower, and also comparing everybody's life to a flower. See the words which he is using. The words which he is using. You and I are like a flower. So he's straight away coming with a simile right in the beginning. All right, and let's see. And also he's saying, like this flower, everybody is unique. All right, let's see more. Let's hear more to this.
All of us has something special that makes us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now the answer to that can be a little difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of picking out your petals, breaking you in two, and throwing you into the trash. And when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special.
All right. So when you are broken, it is very hard to feel special. All right. So he starts with a contrast over there, right? Attracting the audience. He didn't address. Normally in the Toastmaster, straight away the person, or almost all of the amateur Toastmasters, what they will do is, not like professional Toastmasters, the amateur Toastmasters or the startup Toastmasters, what they do is normally they will come in this chair and then go to the particular subject. Here he comes with the property in the beginning, and he speaks something on the property, comparing that property to each one of us, right? And the quality of the property. And then he comes to addressing the contest chair after finishing up his comparisons and other literary use of literary devices, he just he just comes back to the contest chair. So normally that's what there will be a person for Toastmaster who will be guiding, who will be the custodian for the show, and he will be known as the contest chair. All right. So then he addresses, see, respected contest chair and my dear fellow beings. Or here he says, my dear flowers, fellow flowers. All right. So because he already started with an analogy stating that every one of us are like flowers, and then he is calling everyone as a flower. So see the way in which he is combining, comparing, and contrasting all these things. Okay, and that too without any difficulty, with lot of ease. See that. Just go a little back so that you will get the continuation of what I'm talking about.
It's very difficult to feel special. Mr. Contest Chair, my fellow flowers, I can remember the first time I grew. I was 17 years old. I had already flunked high school and managed to get myself arrested. Now, I wasn't afraid of the cops, but there was one person I was very afraid of, and that was my mama. Rick?
See, he is starting with a joke over there, right? This sort of incident would have happened in his life or may not have happened in his life. That's what not we are concerned about. But we have to know how he is grabbing the attention of the audience, holding their attention and continuing and taking them along with the story till the end. All right. He starts with an analogy, and then he comes to his personal life and saying like, okay, everybody would have broken in their life once in a while, right? And he shares the experience of his. The very first time when he was broken, he was just 17 and he's just barely came out of the high school where he flunked in almost all the papers, what he's saying, right? And also he says like, he was not afraid of cops, but he was afraid of his mother, right? So that evokes laughter amongst the audience. See, a tinge of laughter is very, very necessary. Humorous way of talking is very, very necessary as well as captivating the audience, drawing their attention towards your speech, and then take them for a ride. That is how he is doing out here. Let's continue watching watching it.
Raise your hand if you have an emotional one. Let me see. Put them all together. You get mama. I can hear her scream outside the police station. Even the cops were afraid.
See?
She came up to me, held the iron bars, looked into my eyes, and I saw a tear coming down my face. Now I've seen my mama cry before, but mothers cry 3 types of tears. Tears of joy, tears of sorrow, and tears of shame. And when a son sees a mother cry tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment. She looked at me and said, son, I want you to be a better man. That night, when I drove home, my dad was waiting for me at home. Now, my dad is a cool dad. Raise your hand if you have a cool dad. Put them all together, you get my dad.
All right. See the sudden fluctuation of emotions. See the sudden fluctuation of emotions. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. See, he was in a very jovial style and presenting it and saying that, okay, you know what, I was 17 when I was first got arrested by the police, and I was not afraid of the cops. It was somewhat like a rebellious age, right? So I was not afraid of the cops at that particular time, but I was afraid of one personality, and that is none other than my mom. Right, so everybody will have a fear which is breeding out of respect right? That is something which you will be having about your mother. And when he is presenting, when he is saying this to a joyful audience who is sitting right in front of him, everybody will laugh, right? Because see, it is not like a flat speech, you know what I mean? Like it is going from the emotions, it is going like a roller coaster. So it's coming from a normal speaking and normal speech, and then it is going to a jovial level, and then it catches the sentimental part, or rather a little bit emotional, when which the mother is coming to the police station, seeing the son behind the bars. She held the bars and looked at her son with a tear in her eye and said, "Son, I want you to change yourself." See, when he says that, that's a tinge of emotion. So the tinge of laughter, the tinge of jovial attitude, a tinge of seriousness. So all these things, you have to do a lot of preparation if you are going ahead and attempting it. No matter how fluent you are, that is different. How much command you have over this particular language, that is different. You should do a lot of hard work and preparation. And believe me, if you do really have a flair of public speaking, you will never fail to do that. All right. So let's continue this for a while, and also we will see one more presentation if time permits. Okay.
My dad came up to me and said, "Son, it's okay. You flunked your exams. You already got arrested. That's fine. You get that from your mother's side. I want you to start working immediately." And I said, "Okay." So my dad took me to meet one of his friends called Sam. Now Sam was an accountant who had an accounting firm and had generously decided to make me his personal assistant. And there he was. He looked like a teddy bear. But this man was special. I looked at him and he looked at me. And then he said the most amazing thing. He said, "Son,
here it comes.
I see something in you, but I don't know what it is.
The tagline.
If you decide to work with me, I can help you find that something." And I was like, "Whoa, that's the first time in my whole life somebody..."
Yeah, you know what? This is like the crux line or the tagline, or what do you call the punchline of his entire speech. So Dhananjaya Hitarachi, 2015 Toastmasters, "I see something in you." If you simply type Dhananjaya Hitarachi itself, Toastmasters or whatever you type into YouTube, this video will come along with it. Alright, so this is his punchline. "I see something in you," or his tagline, I should say. That is the topic of this speech. Whenever you are selecting a topic for Toastmasters, okay, always have this thing in your mind. Okay, it has to be pretty simple. Alright, it should be simple. Okay, when I hear "I see something in you," alright, so it's pretty common, right? I see something in someone or something in anything, right? So it is very common. So even the layman can understand the topic. Even a person who can hardly speak English, hardly understand English, can enjoy his speech. Same goes with the other one which I have, and that is about Aaron Beverly. He was 2019 Toastmaster champion. So if time permits, as I have said, we will go through that as well. So see. So this will be like a punchline which he will be repeating with interconnected with numerous incidents. "I see something in you. I don't know what it is." Then continues.
He's never told they see something in me. And I started working with Sam. And every day after work, he used to tell me stories about the world, about history, about culture, about philosophy. And it was much more interesting than what I learned in school. And I discovered I can dream. And I started dreaming, ladies and gentlemen. After 1 year, I went back into high school, completed my exams, and went into college. After successfully completing college, I found a great girl, but not a job. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Have you ever had that problem? And when you're lost, it's difficult to feel special. So I went back to my cool dad. And I said, Dad, I feel lost. He said, you are like your mother. So my dad introduced me to this strange club that had a strange name, with strange people talking. On the first meeting, they told me to do something called a tabletop. I aced it. But while I was speaking, I see a strange man seated in the back room, humble, simple, the unfailing quality of kindness in his eyes. As soon as I finished, he walked up to me, looked me dead straight in the eye, and said, son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you come here 20 someone, maybe we can find that something. And ladies and gentlemen, I discovered I could speak, and I love speaking, and that led me to become a teacher. I know what it's like to not have enough money in your bank.
Now he is coming from, he just put those jokes aside and he is coming to the serious mode. See that fluctuation of his emotion and the way in which he is maintaining it pretty well. So now he was saying like he said like he approached his father and he said he's kind of lost, all right. And then what happened? Like his father took him to his friend. His friend name is Sam, and he was an accountant. And he was the first person who told him, "Son, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. If you work with me for some time, I will tell you what that something is." So with that particular anticipation, he started working with him, and later on he had some issues. And again he went to like Sam introduced him to another group of people, and that is of course the Toastmasters. And the Toastmasters, one of the Toastmasters said, "I see something in you." So this tagline is continuing. So throughout his narration, throughout his speech, he is keeping that particular jovial mood, like in an equilibrium, right? Jovial mood. Along with the jovial mood, he is also bringing up that particular emotional style as well. See, now he's becoming serious once again. He's coming to the philosophy, or rather about the life, telling about it, and then we will soon wrap this up with the next one. All right, let's see this.
I know what it's like to worry when the bills start coming in. And sometimes, in the middle of the night, I wake up my beautiful wife and I ask her, "Honey, why did you marry me?" She says, "I saw something in you. But I still don't know what it is." Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm a dreamer, I'm a speaker, and I learned the unfailing quality of unconditional love from my wife. I was broken. And I've been broken, lost, and broke many times in my life. But the people in my life were able to reach into the trash can and make me whole again. If it was up to me, I would have never been able to do that. And this is why if you have...
See the clever way in which he is really a genius. Okay, I have to say that. The clever way in which he is initially comes up with a rose. He takes the rose, he withers it away by peeling its petals and putting it in the trash can, right? And put everything in the trash can. And later on, in order to substantiate what he is saying, that initially he was broken and now he is full after all these experiences whichever he gathered from his life and of course with his wife, and he is becoming full, right? He's getting into the trash can, and all these personalities who have played a vital role in his life definitely have a huge impact in his life to make his broken personality to a full person or a complete person, somewhat perfect. All right, it's a perfect person that comes out from the trash can with a perfect flower or a perfect rose. And see the way in which he is ending the speech as well.
great people in your life. No matter how broke, how lost, or how broken you become, they can piece you back together. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at you, I see something in you. But I don't know what it is. Only
Alright, there ends that wonderful session of Dhananjaya Hitarachi, and the way in which he had attracted the audience, took them for a ride along with his emotional roller coaster, right? From the jovial attitude to the emotional attitude to some serious philosophies. Alright, all these things happened in this particular Toastmaster of 2015, 2015 I guess, 2015, where Dhananjaya Hitarachi won the world champion for being the best Toastmaster. So he started with something and ended up with the particular topic itself, alright, that is, I see something in you, okay. So this is how you have to prepare your script also whenever you are going ahead and attending any competitions like this, any speech competitions or even a Toastmaster. You should have a well developed script, okay. And one more thing I have to tell you, 3 important aspects related to if you want to be a professional speaker or at least an amateur speaker. The 3 major things whatever you require is, number 1, right attitude. You should have a right attitude towards your work, what you're doing. And the number 2, the right amount of confidence, okay. Shouldn't be, why did I say right amount of confidence instead of saying just confidence? Because you shouldn't be overconfident also, right? You shouldn't be complacent, right? That is also there. And finally, and that is preparation. Of course, the preparation, hard work, or whatever things you call it as, that is very, very, very important, all right? As far as preparing yourself to be a better spokesman or as a Toastmaster or whatever it is taken into consideration. So it is time to bid farewell to our fears, and it is time for us to get motivated. It is time for us to do the preparation as it is shown as an example over here. And also one more video which I will like to share with you, and that is about Aaron Beverly. So there is a small difference between this one and the other one, okay. So I don't know whether the time permits for that. So I'll give you those 2 things. I see something in you, Dhananjaya Hitarachi, and the other one is an unbelievable story by Aaron Beverly of 2019 Toastmaster champion. All right, so I think it's time. It's almost like half an hour since I have started the session. Well, perhaps in the forthcoming sessions we can discuss about Aaron Beverly. Aaron Beverly, I just give you a brief outlook of how his presentation is. His presentation is like he started with the property, right? Like a rose. And how Aaron Beverly goes is like, he doesn't have any property as such. He uses his normal he uses his normal style, his narration style itself to go ahead and address the audience by using his humorous way of attending the audience, the humorous way of talking about the different incidents whichever he has faced in his life. All these things comes along with it. All right then, so thank you very much. So I hope this session was indeed fruitful for you people. So as promised, I have like 2 projects for you, and those are this. All right, so let me get into that one as well, so you will be able to do this. I'm not going to give you a deadline straight away, but of course there will be a deadline which will be intimated to you shortly. And this is it: prepare an interview with a distinguished personality. So for that you can involve your parents also, and along with your parents you can interview your parent, assuming he or she has a distinguished personality, and then come up with different sort of questions and different emotions through an interview. And the second one is do a Toastmaster speech, or the second one option, which you can do by all yourself, and of course with your help of your parents, in order to come up with a script and better yourself related to that. Those aspects are concerned. Alright then, so what we have learned here, it is not like the good old days when which we are just coming over there whenever your name is called, okay, speech by so and so, speech by Regal. Regal is coming in front of the stage and seeing the audience shivering and standing in front of the mic and starts speaking about a particular topic. Today I am standing in front of you to talk about all these things. So whatever it is, whatever the topic is concerned, we are no longer living in that particular era. Okay, so we need to develop ourselves. We have to move forward. All right, think about this, think carefully, and work on that, and you will be the winner. All right, everyone can do this. All right, break the chain, as they say, break the chain, break the shackles, whichever is holding you back. Just come, friend, with the right attitude, right confidence, and right amount of preparation. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. God bless. See you soon.